Hey everybody, it's Romania Black. We're on episode 4 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and man, this show. So, we have officially set up our world, we've set up our curses, we've set up our Jujutsu Tech School, we have set up our 3 first years. We have Fushigoro, Yuuji, and Nobara. And oh my gosh, I love the dynamic between these 3 already. Last episode ended with this creepy Akira baby looking womb that is hovering above this penitentiary, it looks like. And then they make the notion that one of the 3 first years dies. And I'm like, are we, what are we faking us out with? I mean, I'm assuming that maybe by die, we're talking about maybe Yuuji dies and Sakuna comes into play. That's what I'm thinking. But man, I love the dynamic of these 3, and then Gojo included. I think that's pretty cool. I like the idea of that. There's a lot of allusions to other anime in this show already, but I'm going to leave them out. I'm not going to talk about them because I know a lot of people have complained in the comments of Crunchyroll and elsewhere that they're like, quit comparing this to other anime. It's hard because, you can definitely see some influences from some anime prior, but that doesn't take it away from me. I think this show is unique enough, especially with our protagonist. Like Yuuji on the surface is such a typical shonen protagonist. He has that like carefree, like rebellious, like wild nature to him, like a lot of shonen protagonists. But there's an underlying current of, even though he's so carefree and like just such an adolescent boy, he has this like underlying goodness to him and genuineness where he is very empathetic, and he does have a heart and takes things seriously. He just goes about it in the best way possible. So I really like the protagonist, and I like our setup of Nobara. I like Fushigoro. I want more on Fushigoro. I feel like we're going to get more on him later. He's the most mysterious to me, I'm sure intentionally. And then Gojo, I freaking love Gojo. Gojo is, I'm sure that he's a fan favorite. I'm positive. My brother, I've begged him not to spoil me. I'm like, do not spoil. My brother's like, okay, I won't spoil you, but just know that Gojo is going to be great. And I'm like, that's all you have to say. So I'm ready to dive in to this show. Episode 4, Curse Womb. That sounds gross already. But I hope you all are ready to start this with me too. And we are going to begin episode 4 of Jujutsu Kaisen here in 5, 4, 3. Okay. So we are getting Fushigoro versus Sakuna, and we got some of these new characters that were in the OP. Oh, y'all. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, right off the bat, what I like about Yuuji as a character, as a protagonist, is his investment in wanting to save people. And Fushigoro brings up a really interesting point here, because I talk about the Tadashi guy, and Fushigoro's like, we were never going to save him in the first place. We're just trying to find him and get them all together and find the curse. And that brings up a really good point. And Yuji's like, doesn't seem to understand that, like, what are you talking about? Of course we're going to save them. They're people. We have to save them. And so Fushigoro's bringing up this morality of who do we save? Do we save people that are going to hurt other people in the future? But then Yuuji, like, throws it right back at him. He's like, well, if that's the case, why'd you save me? So, and we don't have an answer. The only thing we get out of it is Fushiguro saying if something goes wrong, it's his responsibility to kill Yuuji. And from the looks of the preview, it looks like Sakuna is going to get out, and Fushiguro might have to do something about it. Oh my gosh. So, I'm wondering, yeah, the death of the student is probably clearly Yuuji. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then Yuuji acknowledging, I think it's rare to see a protagonist in a shonen like this acknowledge their weakness so early on. Like, we're only in episode 4, and Yuji's already like, who am I kidding? I thought I could go in and do this, but I'm weak. I'm not strong enough. I need Sakuna to basically help people, and I don't want to have to rely on him, but what else do I do? So I feel like he's in this, like, depression void, and Sakuna's going to take total advantage of that. Like, oh, you're not paying attention and coming to get me? Okay. Oh. Ooh, and he just made mincemeat of that curse and got the finger back. Oh man, such a cool episode. And just, Sakuna is so interesting because it almost seems like he's developed, like when he was playing games with the curse, like he was acting very much like Yuuji would. Like he was just bouncing around and be like, hey, what you doing? Let's do it. Come on, get it back together. Like until he realized Yuuji was gone, then he like turned super menacing. But before then, when he thought Yuuji was kind of in the background, it almost seemed like he was kind of mimicking some of Yuji's mannerisms. So I wonder, him being with Yuji as a host, if over time that fusion starts to kind of rub off on him. I don't know. It was very interesting that their mannerisms and his even voice acting was similar to Yuji's when he was just playing around with the curse. And then for being an ancient curse, he was being very playful and youthful with him. And then of course when he realizes Yuji's gone, then it's like, but it's a good episode, guys. Really, really cool. And it's a two-parter, so of course we gotta find out what's gonna happen next. But that was awesome. I really, really excited to see these new characters and kind of expand. I want to get more about domain expansion. I'm assuming they're going to talk about the next episode, but like the throne room that was in the OP, that's I'm assuming part of Sakuna's domain. That's really cool, and just lots of questions. And I feel like they're going to maybe some of them get answered in the next episode. But thank you all so much for watching this with me. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please feel free to comment down below. Please no spoilers. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay safe, take care, and I'll be back next week with more Jujutsu Kaisen. Bye.